It is time to test out some new makeup. We have a lot to catch up on as well because it's been just a long time since I have sat down and gotten to play with new makeup. We have some REM Beauty, Rare Beauty, Charlotte Tilbury, SHEGLAM, you name it. And speaking of SHEGLAM, I want to give a huge thank you to them for sponsoring us today. I've mentioned before how much I really enjoy their face and under eye setting powder duo. So good. And today we have another banger from them. We have the Color Bloom Liquid Blush. You might recognize it. It's gotten really popular all over TikTok. So we're gonna include this in today's look. When I tell you guys that I have been sick on and off for the past 2 months, when did my immune system become so shit? And I have been feeling crusty, dusty, haven't been playing with makeup, haven't really been taking much care of myself at all. And so today's video is like, I'm looking forward to it. You know, I need it. We're gonna just go straight into testing out the new Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Foundation. The hype around this is definitely built up. There's already so many reviews on Sephora and they all seem to be raving about it. It's been talked about all over the internet. So now it's my turn to try it out. And I am really excited because I do have a lot of favorites from Charlotte Tilbury. Before we go in with it though, this isn't a primer technically, but it's the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Setting Spray, which also works really good underneath foundation. I've used this underneath like all my foundations and it does a really great job hydrating my skin, prepping it to make the foundation application so much better. I'm assuming it'll pair perfectly well up with this one as well. We'll do one side of my face applying with a beauty sponge and the other side with a brush so we can see the difference in application. It's supposed to give us medium coverage with a skin-like natural finish. My ears are so red right now, like what is going on? Let me just cover that up a little bit. I'm gonna use the IT Cosmetics foundation brush for the other side. This is actually like a perfect color match, which literally never happens when I'm applying new foundations, so I'm happy about that. Differences in application, the sponge uses up a little bit more product with less coverage. The brush allowed me to apply really quickly with a little bit less product, although I did find it to be a little streaky. I would still probably just do a light tap over with the sponge to just get a nice diffused kind of application. So this is one layer. You can see my acne is still kind of showing through. With medium coverage foundations, I normally just apply some extra concealer in those spots, but we'll see if we can build it. My skin looks pretty good. I was able to get a little bit of added coverage layering it, but I don't think you could layer it any more than this. So it is a true medium coverage foundation. It has hyaluronic acid in it, it's supposed to be hydrating for your skin. It does say that it's only best for dry, combo, and normal skin types, which kind of worries me a little bit because I feel like I do lean more towards the oily skin type side. So I don't know what that means for me. Maybe it means it won't be as long wearing. They say it's meant to last you 16 hours of wear. Does seem like a lot. And my oily skin type girls know that usually it breaks down the foundation a lot faster. So now that it's been a couple days since filming this, I've had a chance to try the foundation a couple more times. After 8 hours of wear, you can see my face looks pretty shiny, pretty oily. I also did notice it's rubbed off in some areas around my mouth, around my nose, but it rubbed off really evenly and kind of subtly. So it doesn't look like an obvious contrast between the foundation and your natural skin, which I kind of like. On the other hand, this foundation thrives under flash photography. After fresh application, it just looks so good. It kind of wears like a cream foundation in that it just melts into your skin to make it look like you just have great skin. But then you get all the other aspects of like how a cream foundation wears and that it doesn't really dry down, which means you have to be really cautious not to touch your face. So for me, there's a time and a place for this foundation. I think it really depends on your skin type. Personally, I would wear it for Instagram photos or a dinner that's only a couple hours. If I'm wearing it any longer than that, then I would just bring some blotting papers or powder to touch up to keep it looking fresh a lot longer on my oily skin. Let's continue on with the rest of the makeup and see how it wears throughout the video and check back in. Moving on to concealer, we have the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk. I haven't used this concealer in literally so long that I have no idea how it applies anymore. Like I completely forget how it worked for me. So I want to try it out again. Why not? I'm a huge fan of the Luminous Silk foundation. It's one of my favorite foundations. So I'm like, why haven't I gone for the concealer? Like maybe it's one of those products that I tried once and then never went back for. I don't remember, you guys. It's medium coverage, a luminous finish, and very hydrating supposedly. It feels super lightweight, like it almost feels kind of like a serum. Very similar to the Luminous Silk foundation formula. This is definitely for those light makeup days. If you're wearing a tinted moisturizer, this would blend flawlessly into that, or even on the days where I'm doing just a little bit of concealer spot treating and I want something that blends into like my natural skin without wearing foundation. I feel like this would be that because it looks so skin-like and it's so thin and like serum-like. Feels like you're wearing nothing. So I do like it for that, but maybe I stopped using it because I reach for more full coverage foundations like normally. Moving on to blush, we have the SHEGLAM from Color Bloom Liquid Blush. My favorite shade right now is the shade Hush Hush, but they do come in 8 shades total. I love the little sponge applicator on this. I feel like that's what makes this blush so unique. It really helps like give you a more precise kind of application. So I like to put my blush there, but you could also put it like up here for a more lifted look. You know, it just helps to visualize like where you're gonna put your blush. So I do like that. It's only $5, so it's super affordable. And then I like to go in and blend it with a brush. Look at this formula and how flawlessly it blends out. It's like a hybrid of like a gel and a cream. It also has vitamin C infused in it, which is nice. It's good for your skin, helps to hydrate, and it just melts right on. It's so lightweight, kind of serum-like, like it always blends flawlessly into whatever foundation I'm using it with and gives you the perfect flush of color. I also have a discount code for you guys should you want to use it to get 15% off the entire Shein website, not just on the SHEGLAM makeup products, which is awesome. The link to the Color Bloom blush will be in the description for you guys, along with the other makeup products used in this video. We have the new RareBeauty Warm Wishes Effortless bronzer sticks to try out, and I am so excited. These have raving reviews as well. Take it on my brush and we'll just apply. Now they do advertise these as bronzer sticks, not contour sticks, so I'm assuming this will give us a nice sun-kissed kind of warmth rather than being like a cool toned contour. And yeah, look how gorgeous that's blending out. Lightweight, natural finish, totally the vibe of the rest of our complexion products. Oh yeah, this is bringing color back into our face. We're looking real pale. You could definitely wear this on like no foundation days just to add some bronze too. Like it's such a skin-like lightweight formula. For highlight, we have Huda Beauty's Rose Quartz Face Gloss. I'm definitely late to the party on this. Was this a limited edition product? It's a very interesting petri dish looking highlight. If you remember, she came out with an eyeshadow shade that looked exactly like this in one of her palettes, and everyone was weirded out by it back then, and we're still weirded out by it. It looks like a balm texture with some like pigmented little shiny balls, and it kind of mixes it all together, and it's meant to be a nice face gloss to give you a highlight. I usually feel like face glosses are best applied with your fingers. All right, that's really pretty. It's giving us a nice glossy highlight. It hasn't lifted my base makeup at all, so definitely less weird once you actually apply it versus what you're seeing in the pan. It actually looks really gorgeous. It makes your skin look like glass wherever you apply it. I'm just not sure why I'm not seeing it available anywhere. Let me know if you guys know what's the deal with that. Was it just a limited edition product? Was there a recall on it? I don't know, but I'm glad I got my hands on it when I did because it is gorgeous. I guess if you still really wanted to try it, you could get that eyeshadow palette that has the shade in there. I'm gonna set my face now that we've got all of our cream products on. I don't have a new powder to use, so I'm just gonna be using the one by HNB Cosmetics. Moving on to brows, we have another RareBeauty product. This is the Shape and Fill Powder Duo. I'm gonna actually pair it up with the Anastasia Brow Stencil. Shout out Desi Perkins. I feel like she put everybody on this. It really does help to shape out your brow. I'm gonna dip into the lighter shade of the powder and start at the beginning of my brow. We'll just kind of fill it in a little bit and hope for the best. They actually described this as like a putty. I don't know that I'd say it's a putty formula. It feels like a powder. Hopefully it is in fact waterproof because that is key for long wearing brows. Now we'll use the darker brow powder and we'll fill in the tail of our brow. All right, let's see what it looks like. Not bad. Never looks perfect when I remove the stencil. You always have to kind of do a little something to it, clean it up a little bit, but for the most part, it does help to get even brows on both sides. And the powder is good. It's got good pigment to it, but it's not too harsh. It's easily blendable. I personally don't reach for brow powders as much anymore, just because my brow hairs are very coarse and thick on their own, so I don't like to make them too bold. However, if you do enjoy brow powder, if you have more sparse brow hairs and you just need something quick to fill in, a brow powder is great. We're gonna be testing out mostly just REM Beauty for our eye makeup, which is Ariana Grande's makeup brand. And I actually did make an order when they first launched, but it took weeks and weeks to come in, and then it was the holidays and I'm just getting around to trying it out now. I don't know if that shipping time is average for them or if it was just because it was their first launch and there was a lot of traffic, but obviously that was not ideal. She came out with 3 eyeshadow palettes total, but this is the compact that I chose. We're gonna take the darkest brown of the palette and just doing a cut crease with that. I'm actually gonna take that shade and connect it to our lower lash line. Now let's go in with that lighter matte brown and use that to blend out the dark brown. These shadows are great to work with. I'm not seeing a lot of fallout. They're pigmented, but still blendable. It's not getting patchy on me at all. Seem like good quality eyeshadows so far. I'm just going back in with that dark brown and creating more of a wing. Switching back over to the light brown. Again, we're gonna use that to just blend out the dark brown. Now I'm gonna take the matte black, just running that along my upper lash line. Yeah, that's a jet black and layering nicely on top of those other shadows. So now let's go in with a shimmer formula. We'll take the red shade here and we'll use that just on our lower lash line for a pop of color. I'm also making really good use of the mirror shimmer in this palette, so I like that. Now let's take the gold shade. Let's use that to highlight my inner corner. Not bad, not crazy impressed by that. Let's actually wet our brush to see how intense we can get it. Still not giving me that like strong, wet, shimmery, pigmented vibe that I want out of a shimmer shadow. And there's actually a lot of fallout, which is surprising. I thought there'd be more fallout with the mattes, but I actually like the mattes a little better. Now let's take the bronze shimmer shade and we'll just lightly dust that over the rest of our lid. Eyeshadow's on. I'm loving this look. We started off strong with the mattes. However, the shimmers were a little underwhelming for me. Considering half of the palette is shimmers, that kind of would deter me from buying another one at the price point that it is. Moving on, I want to try out the REM Beauty Eyeliner. This is supposed to be waterproof and smudge proof, so I'm just gonna run that along my lash line. Right away, I kind of wish the felt tip was longer. I don't feel a lot of flexibility with it, so I'm having to do really short strokes to kind of go along the curvature of my eyelid. But it is really jet black and the liquid is kind of flowing right out of the pen. I'm just like literally having to use the very tip. Like I can't, it's too short to be able to lay it flat. You know what I mean? Yeah, definitely not my favorite. It's getting thicker because I keep messing up. I'm gonna go over it with the black eyeshadow because it's a little bit jaggedy. So I wasn't really enjoying that, which is such a shame because I really like how jet black the actual formula is. I don't know, I just wasn't getting the control that I wanted out of it. This is the REM Beauty Volumizing Mascara. She actually came out with two mascaras, one for lengthening and the one I got for volumizing. And they actually recommend to buy both of them if you want extra long and voluminous lashes. So I don't know how I feel about that. I feel like I wish they just had one formula that kind of did both. Starting from the base of our lashes and just pulling up. It's combing through my lashes really nicely. I feel like this is the perfect size one. It's not like too big where it's messy to use, you know? Going in for our second layer. I didn't curl my lashes either and I'm noticing they're kind of curling upwards, so I like that. It's made them so much thicker without like clumping them up at all. I really am liking that. Let's use it for our lower lashes. It made my lower lashes look so doll-like. Look at the difference. This is a yes for me. It completely transformed my lashes. It definitely made them more volumized and it actually did add a lot of length as you can see on my lower lashes too. So I'm liking it on first impression. Let's finish up the eye look using the REM Beauty Falsies. She came out with two different styles. This is the style Grow and Show. They're full and feathery and kind of wisped out. It's a faux mink. I'm gonna put them on off camera to save some time. I'll be right back. Lashes are on. I love this style and it's a clear, very flexible band so they were easy to apply and they actually feel really comfortable on, so I do really like them. I would definitely rebuy. I feel like this style is just really flattering on my eye shape. I like them a lot. For lips, we have Colourpop's Fresh Kiss Lip Cream. I'm excited about these. They're supposed to be a hybrid between a lipstick and a lip balm, but also be a soft matte finish. So which one should we apply? I think I'm gonna do the middle shade with like a darker lip liner. This is KKW Beauty's 05 lip liner, which by the way, what happened to KKW Beauty? Because I love their products and their lip liners are literally my favorite. Now they're nowhere to be found. Please come back. Kim, let's apply BB Spice. Oh. Ooh, it's a very moussey, like pillowy consistency and very thin formula. I like that. It also has a bunch of nourishing ingredients in it to keep your lips soft. Okay, one, I love this shade, and two, this formula is amazing. It feels like I put on a lip balm. Like it's that comfortable, and they have so many other shades to choose from, so this is definitely a yes for me. So that completes the final look. I actually really like how it turned out. We definitely had way more hits than misses. Circling back to the foundation, it's gotten a little bit more dewy than the natural finish that we started out with, so I feel like if I were to wear this foundation for a full day, I would definitely have to bring setting powder or blotting papers to touch up, which I do tend to have to do that regardless with my skin type. I took a flash back cam photo. The foundation and my complexion look phenomenal. So far, so good. I do really like it on fresh application. Like it looks lived in, you know? But let me know what your experience was with this foundation and what your skin type is, and I will continue to test it out. My favorite products that we tried today, the REM Beauty Mascara and Falsies, the RareBeauty Bronzer Stick, so good. And of course, the SHEGLAM Color Bloom Blush. So thank you again to SHEGLAM for partnering with us today. All the products in today's video will be linked in the description for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what videos you want to see from me next. Bye guys. Mwah. Bye.